Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own milkshake shop for all of your city building needs. Before we begin, I'd really appreciate it that if you guys enjoy this tutorial, please do hit that like button as it helps me out so much. And if you are new around here, consider subscribing, click that little bell next to the subscription button. And last but not least, please watch as much of the video as you possibly can because that helps just as much as well. But without any further ado, let's get started. This is the amount of space required to make your milkshake shop, an 18 by 16 block area as represented by the white concrete grid on the ground, which you are more than welcome to make if you are planning out a city. As a matter of fact, if I would have planned better, I probably wouldn't have an excavator next to where I want to build my store. Here are all of the materials that we will need to make our store. Please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. So now that we have all of our stuff, we can get started. If you've made the grid, come all the way down to the bottom left hand corner of it and count right from the corner 1, 2, 3 and then inwards 1, 2, 3, 4. Begin by placing a light blue concrete on the ground. Dig 2 rows to the right, 1, 2. Place 2 light blue concrete going right, 1, 2. Extend towards you by 1. Extend up by 3, 1, 2, 3. And go right by 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You then want to extend back by 7 as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then connect all the way down to the ground. But not only do you want to connect down to the ground, but I also want you to extend upwards by 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. And then extend that third block backwards. We want to extend backwards by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then connect down. I realise that we're making a little bit of a weird shape, but it will all make sense in the end. Okay, we want to extend the entire back of the milkshake store across the back of the build, and we want to line it up with where we very first started. So we're going to make this entire back wall light blue concrete. It wants to be as high and as long as the bottom and left rows, so we just want to fill the entire thing in like this. Then we can connect the bottom of this all the way forward, so we can connect it to the entrance like so. And now we can start planning out some features of the build. So coming all the way over to the left of the row that we just made, place 2 light blue concrete, 1, 2. And then 4 glass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add another row of glass on top of this, just like so. And that's perfect. Come over to the opposite side of your milkshake store. And on this opposite side, we can fill this little gap in here using light blue concrete like this. But then on the right, place a light blue. And left of this, 2 glass. 1, 2, just like this. And then we want to extend the glass upwards by 1. And then we can actually just fill all of this area in using light blue concrete. So just like this, creating a nice little window. Perfect. Okay, so next we want to kind of make a feature out of this part of the build. So if you take the top of this heightened area here, extend it forwards and down to the corner, and extend this left and down to the corner, and fill these areas in using white concrete, then this will give you a sign area like this, so we can place a sign there. Left of this is where the entrance wants to be, and the entrance is a little bit different. So, first of all, if we raise up these 2 rows of light blue concrete here, raise them up each by 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we can join them together at the top. You can even place glass block underneath these. Then we want to, and this is where things get a little bit weird, we want to take these two middle blocks here, place white concrete on top of the two middle blocks, and then a 2x2 block of pink concrete on top. Then, I want you to extend underneath this row, forwards, horizontally, to make, honestly, it's quite a peculiar shape. Then, left and right of the rows of pink and white, we want to raise up the light blue concrete. And then, we're able to fill in the entire left side of the Milkshake store. So, all of this can just be light blue concrete. We already have our windows. So, that's looking pretty good so far. We are missing a rather large window here at the front of the build, but this is quite easily remedied. So, if you take the bottom light blue concrete block here and place 7 quartz slabs going right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then extend that 7th block backwards by 3, 1, 2, 3, stick a light blue concrete on the end, join up, fill in this gap. Perfect. So behind all of these quartz blocks, we want to place an alternating pattern, and it doesn't matter what you start off with, either a white concrete or a pink concrete, but we want to place an alternating pattern of those two blocks directly behind the quartz slabs like this. What we can then do is make a window out of this area by placing glass in between the quartz slabs and the frame of the building, just like so. And we want to add a little canopy, a little hangover to this. So I'm going to place string in front of the top front large part of the window here. And then coordinating with the same color concrete, I'm going to place alternating white and pink carpets. So if you want, you can have but one row of canopy. Or you can have 2, or 3, or 4, or you can have whichever you like. It really doesn't matter. So as long as you're happy, it genuinely doesn't matter. I'm thinking I like 2 because I'm going to have a set of chairs underneath here. So that's why I'd like 2, because it'll actually overhang the chairs, whereas if it was just 1, it wouldn't. So, the next thing that I want to do is the same thing above the doorway. So, with the doorway, I'm not sure... Do we want it to stick out in the same manner? So, do we want it to stick out 1? Do we want it to stick out 2? I like it being a bit different, so I think that we'll just leave it at 1 for that. I'm pretty happy with that. What else can we do whilst we're out here? Well, I already mentioned that there's seats, so why don't we make those? They're quite easy to make. It's birchwood stairs, end rods, birch trapdoor, birch pressure plate. Other things we can do involve birch fence, pink glass, white glass, doors, and a chiseled quartz block, or actually loads of chiseled quartz blocks. So, when it comes to the seats, I'm going to start the first one over here, like where the window begins. Going to be 1 row away, so literally just here. Birch stair, end rod, birch stair. Gap of 1, birch stair, end rod, birch stair. Boom. Easy as that. And can you see why I wanted the canopy to overhang an extra row? That's why. So, on the sides of the seats, I'm placing some trapdoors. This may be tricky because we've got like string involved. Oh no, actually perfect. I can actually get in here just fine. Nice. And then for table toppers, you can use either birch. Oh yeah, I forgot. My bad. Bedrock isn't as good as Java. So instead of using birch pressure plates, which does work in Java, by the way, you could use iron trapdoors, you can use pink carpet, you can use white carpet. Shall we try pink? Shall we see if this looks silly or not? It might or might not look silly. So pink, yeah, you can place a carpet on top. A trapdoor would be ridiculous. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, I don't mind the pink tables. I did kind of want like a whole birch theme, but any colour carpet would do, unless you are on Java, and then you can just regularly place pressure plates, as you should be able to. If it makes sense to place a thin bit of carpet on top of here, and the carpet wouldn't slump over, why can't you place a pressure plate? It's made out of wood, honestly. So, I might as well just keep that in there now. Okay. little rant over. Above the door, we have white and pink concrete. So if we take the bottom of the white concrete and place white glass in front, and the pink concrete, you can see where this is going, pink concrete in front. Then, if we stick a birch fence above and behind, and we grab ourselves the white carpet because it kind of looks like foam or milk or cream or something. Perfect. It kind of looks to me like a milkshake. I tried to find a milkshake banner. Couldn't really find one that I was happy with, so I kind of made like a nice little... I think it looks kind of like a milkshake. I'm pretty happy with it. So now that we've done that, I want to refloor the entire inside of the build. So the entire inside of the build, I have mixed thoughts about. So you could make the floor birch planks, and then you could then make the ceiling chiseled quartz. I don't know which way I'd prefer it. Originally, I have chiseled quartz for the floor, so I know what that looks like, right? Obviously, it's going to look nice because it's a nice block, but why don't we try out the the birch planks for the floor, and then we can try the chiseled quartz for the ceiling. Why don't we give that a go? Honestly, it also fit. The doors are birch doors. We're using some birch furniture outside. It would make sense that we use birch planks for a floor. It's not came out of nowhere. So when it comes to the ceiling, I think that you guys will probably be able to figure out where the ceiling is, but basically just above the window line. So why don't we try some quartz for this? See, originally I actually used just light blue concrete for the ceiling because I was like, it kind of fits the theme, but I didn't end up liking it. So that's why I've had this like little change of heart here in regards to the floor and the ceiling. I definitely wanted the chiseled quartz because I absolutely love it. So I think that actually looks just fine. I actually like it a little bit better than the original. So now that we've done that, I think that we should completely put a finish to the outside of the build, and there's only two things left. One of which we'll do later, but right now we have to make the sign. So the sign's quite easy to make, but you guys know how I feel about banners. At least I think you guys know how I feel about banners, make it very apparent. So we need white loom, number one, white banners, white dye, and black dye. We're going to be making the same sign twice, or, well, I'm not making the same sign twice, but if you make building in survival, if you're not building in creative, you'll have to make the same sign twice. So I'm going to place a loom on the ground, crack it open. We're going to start off with our first letter. White banner in there, throw some black in there. First letter is S. So horizontal row of black across the top, horizontal row of black across the bottom. Diagonal, top left corner to bottom right corner, black, just like that. Boom, we've got our S. Next letter would be H. So for H, vertical row of black on the right, vertical row of black on the left, finish up horizontal row of black straight through the middle. Next is A. So, perfect. Vertical row straight through the middle. Sorry, horizontal row through the middle. Vertical row on the right. Vertical row on the left. Horizontal across the top. Boom. A. K. So, K, very easy. Vertical row of black on the left. And then we want both of the diagonal patterns. So, top left to bottom right. Bottom left to top right. Boom. Now we have Shack, which is perfect. I didn't know he was in Minecraft. So grab another black banner. We need E. So horizontal row in every single which way. Top, bottom, middle. And then a vertical row on the left side will give you your E. Now I'm going to place that manually, otherwise that would have went over there and that would have bothered me. So we have Shake, which isn't an order, it's just a suggestion. So in the white areas at the top of the build, S-H-A-K-E-S. Boom. Shakes. And I quite like the milkshake. Kind of like it's milk shakes. Like, I didn't feel the need to add milkshakes, so I kind of like just shakes. I don't know, feel free to add milk above this if you wanted to. You could literally like M-I-L-K like right in the middle, and you could extend the top up and stuff if you wanted to, but I quite like this. So Here we go. On the opposite side as well, shakes. And I don't know, I just really like that. I think it's quite a nice understated little building. It's pretty cool. So, that's the outside pretty much done. I'm going to get rid of all this, and I'm going to grab a couple of birch doors. So, this is what the outside will look like if you add some smooth stone as well. Obviously, that'll improve things a little bit, or whatever pavement material you might enjoy. But, let's move on to the inside. I'm going to grab some stuff first, though. So, for the inside, white concrete, pink concrete, smooth quartz stairs, end rods. Originally, I would be using wood pressure plates, but bedrock has a problem with that. So, I'm thinking light blue carpet, maybe? Let's try some light blue carpet instead, because I don't want to repeat pink and white. So, that will do for now. Let's make some of the seats. So, inside, where we have all of the white and pink already, I want to extend the pink here, backwards using a white and then a pink block, like this. I want to knock out this corner, light blue concrete, place a pink there, and then extend this pink, white, pink, so that it is equal to over here. I want to have a little seating arrangement just as you walk in, so I'm actually going to have a seat here, so that's a quartz stairs, end rod, quartz stair, with a light blue tabletop, but that would be birch. Here, I want to have a load of seats, so I'm going to have two corners, so this is going to be made up of 3 smooth quartz stairs, leave a gap, stair, leave a gap, stair. So, I would happily get a milkshake by myself, so we have these single seats here, and then we have these booths, and then we have this like back-to-back table. And you can see why, well, actually, it doesn't really matter now. It's quite good that we're using the light blue carpet because it kind of incorporates all of the colours because we've used birch as a floor. But if we would have used chiseled quartz, I would have been quite unhappy not to have been able to use the birch pressure plate. I'm going to have to remember that one. I always seem to forget what you can and can't do. So, anyway, we've got to make a little bit of a countertop. The countertop is quite easily made. So, by leaving a gap of 2 between the seating area here, so leave a whole gap of 1, 2, and then against this wall, we want to place an upside-down quartz stairs, and the upside-down quartz stairs extends all the way to the left, and we actually want to leave a gap of 2 against this wall. The end stair wants to be flared like this, so we kind of want to, it just looks a little bit better. Some light blue concrete underneath this also looks very good. So, come on. How do we... No! Okay, never mind. We'll just have to... It's a... Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll knock out this entire row of birch here. Perfect. Then I'll place the light blue. And then I'll just replace the birch. That's fine. So I like the way that that looks. The pink and white carpet can come out again. And I think I'll match it up. So like where we have this pink carpet, pink concrete here, I think I'll match it up to the pink carpet. I think I said that the right way around. Although it doesn't matter anyway, because as we come over here, it doesn't even match up. So that's irrelevant. Along this countertop, I just want to have a smooth quartz stair, and we can actually use a pressure plate for whatever odd reason. I like to place pressure plates next to tills, so yeah, that's a thing. We've got this window here. I actually want to start the counter from the so the end block of the window here, I want to place a row of light blue concrete that extends all the way across. It lines up with this till area. Actually, we'll knock one block off because... Okay, so does that make sense? So, from underneath this window, we want to extend a row of light blue concrete, and then we want to leave a gap of 3. Extend the light blue concrete back, and then left. So, we want to create an indentation. To the right of this... actually, so from here, I'm going to extend the corner block upwards like so, and then I'm going to, although maybe we could keep this false wall. So, okay, hang on. Let's experiment with this. So this is what we want to have. You can see we've got an entire row of light blue concrete across the back. We've got a gap of 3, a row of 2 separating it, and then we've extended this area forwards an additional row. That might work for its purpose a little bit later on. Okay, so this area here, I want to place a row of white concrete just in between like this, so in between this little area. And I want to grab the... I need a few things, so I'm going to need flower pots, item frame, iron trap door, lever or lever, it doesn't really matter what you call it. And I want to place 2 iron trap doors on top of each other here. And I want to be able to, I want to flip those upwards. So that's going to mean a little bit of digging. So here, is this the block? So I'm going to use some levers to activate this. So that's 1. And then I'm going to have to dig into, I think that this would do it. Yes, perfect. So we can do that in the ceiling. And then we've just got to replace the blocks that we've just destroyed, so just like this. So this looks like the edge of a machine. And we want to have another row of white concrete, parallel to the row just down below, connecting to the iron trap door here, so that's perfect. And then we want to place a set of levers, so this is going to, we have to place another row of white concrete just behind here, or you could use sea lanterns if you wanted to. So you could use a light source back here so that I keep it light, and then we could have levers like underneath this, and I'd like the levers to be pointing forwards, just like this, and then flower pots in front, and then item frames above, and we'll place some buttons along the bottom. So this just looks like a milkshake machine, or at the very least an ice cream machine. It looks pretty good regardless. So the next thing that I'm going to do is, you see, I'm not sure about this. So this area originally, this is basically just, we're going to have some brewing stands here, and we want to have stuff that, like jars, that we would keep ingredients in for the milkshakes. So it's very possible that we could just have like a whole line of jars up here, and we could have like a shelf of jars, so to speak, and then in front of the shelf of jars we can have all of our stuff, and maybe even a couple more jars as well if we wanted to. I think that that's actually a pretty nice layout. I actually do quite like that. Now, should we change this into, say, white concrete like this, or perhaps into stairs? Would that look a little bit better, just like this? I don't know. I'll kind of leave it like that. But I definitely do want to have, like, this looks like a shelf, so I'm actually quite happy about that. And then, basically, we'll just be placing, like, a load of item frames. Like, item frames will be in front of all of these. Like, the only thing is we can't place oak trapdoors on top of here now. Although, can we? Bedrock is a very strange creature. It might let us do one thing, but not another. No, we can't place anything on the glass connecting to the item frame. Java would let us. So that's okay. You'd be able to place carpet if this was Java, I believe. Maybe we still can. No, okay, never mind. Feel free to place like a carpet on top of these if you like. Anywho, so now, just to finish things off, I'm just going to figure out what blocks we need just to finish off the build, ladies and gentlemen, because we're very, very close, but we are just missing a few blocks here and there. So let me just clear all of this stuff out, and I'll be back with everything that we need just to finish this up. And I might do a little bit of experimenting with the design of the place. Okay, so I think I've figured out all of the remaining materials that we're going to be needing, so here we go. We're going to start off with brewing stands, flower pot, lantern, paintings, pink concrete, brown concrete, yellow concrete, buttons, and cake. That should be in every item list. Okay, so brewing stands, obviously making drinks, so we can place perhaps one here, and then just leave it at that. We only need a couple of them. Flower pots we can use to kind of like just pad out the remaining area here. We can have a lantern, maybe just on the till area here, maybe just like another flower pot, perhaps a cake just here as well, just like on the counter. That looks pretty good. I want to use pink, brown, and yellow concrete here, just above where we have the milkshake / ice cream machine, with stone buttons across the bottom. Then it just looks like a nice proper machine. I want to spread some lanterns, kind of like just about the place, and just like flower pots, just about the place. You might be wondering, why so many flower pots? I'm thinking that they're kind of just like drinks. Like, they're not necessarily flower pots, like they're drinks. You can use sea pickles for the exact same effect if you like, although they're green. It doesn't really work that much in a milkshake, although I guess you can get green milkshakes. It is just shakes, it's not necessarily just milkshakes, I suppose. So I want to place some just pictures on the wall as well. I kind of want them in a, I don't know what the word for this is, I can't remember what the term is for like when you put like a load of pictures together. Maybe collage might be the right word. You know, just something like this, just kind of like on the wall like this. Also, just like, yeah, I get a collage might be the right word that I was kind of looking for. So something like this. Is that the same as over there? Yes, it is. So I just kind of like the idea of just like a collage of pictures. I think it just kind of like brightens the place up a little bit. I do quite like it. Again, if you want variants, then sea pickles, which, oh, they are here. There we go. So sea pickles, you know, they do look like cups. So you can place them in all sorts of different varieties. If you wanted to probably a little bit too weird too, though, would make sense. Can't place them on upside down stairs, of course you can't do anything in Beverly. So, we could extend, like, we could, okay. I was thinking that perhaps we could place, like, I don't know how we would do that then. Maybe it's because, maybe it doesn't really work. Although, I bet it would, like, if we, I was thinking, I'm not expressing my thoughts very well. I was thinking that maybe we could like seal up this area and we can have like this whole machine, like we could have the machine separate from this counter space. But then I don't quite know how we would activate this trap door here, unless it would work where, because, you know, sometimes redstone's a little bit finicky. Sometimes if we were to place like a lever under here, that might work. No? Okay. That's okay. That doesn't matter. We could just like leave it like that exposed at the side if we wanted to. Like, I suppose I'll kind of like leave that up to you, like what sort of, how you want the side of your machine to look like. If you were quite happy with it just in the first place, then that's okay. But I kind of wanted it sealed up at the side. But I don't think that that is going to be possible for me unless I like extended the back out a little bit, or if I cheekily place like a lever just off, just here to the right behind this brewing stand. That would definitely work. I'm pretty sure. So like if I was to place, say, like a trapdoor here, and then if I was to destroy this, but then again, like I'm causing a lot of carnage for just like a single trap door, but I don't know. I mean, that's pretty hidden, and I do quite like the effect. So you know, it's kind of up to you what you want to do. But anyway, I'm quite happy with everything. The only thing that I want to do now is kind of just like I want to fill up these item frames. So it doesn't really matter what you put in the item frames. I like the milkshake sauce, and I like the. Hang on, is there? Wait, can we just put that back up there? There we go. I like the milkshake stores where you can have like all sorts of different chocolate and all sorts of different flavors and stuff. And like if you wanted to, you could have like a Mars bar milkshake. You could have like Snickers milkshake. You know, whatever you want, toffee crisp milkshakes. I kind of like those, and I just think it makes the area look a little bit more colourful. The only thing that I've got to do, or that we've got to do to finish off this build, is to come out here, grab ourselves some smooth stone, and we've just got to dig out all of the remaining part of the grid, and we've got to put some smooth stone in it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do exactly that. I'll dig everything out, I'll put some smooth stone there, I'll make sure that the whole place looks really nice, and I'll be back once that's done because we have completed this tutorial. So this is what your milkshake shop will look like once it's been 100% fully completed. As you can see, I have placed some smooth stone all the way around the edge of the milkshake shop just to blend it into whatever environment it will be blending into, probably a city for me, so that's why I've decided to go with the smooth stone. But I also had to do the roof as well. Your roof, if you've not done this, which you probably haven't because I haven't mentioned it until now, will just have chiseled quartz and a single lever towards the back of the store. So I'd recommend adding a top of white concrete just one row below the actual the walls of the building, and you'll just have to join the corner here together using a light blue concrete. But once that's been done, here we go. 100% fully completed milkshake shop. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button. Really appreciate it. It helps me in the channel out loads and loads. If you're new around here, please do consider subscribing and clicking the little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. And if you do want to make anything else by me, I'm working on a lot of city builds this year. Check out the card system, the description below, and the top of the comment section for more. I'd highly recommend the city builds playlist if you are looking for specific things to add to your city. Trust me, it's the place to be. It has well over 100 things in there for you to make, so I think it will keep you busy for quite a while. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.